Hello, hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, and we have another episode of the Color Surfer Convos. So, we're going to talk about being overwhelmed today. It's a natural part of life and of a content creator's life. So, let's go through a little backstory first. A while ago, I was invited to join an outing with some people, and I was okay with it. I was pretty excited for it. But on the day itself, I just told them I don't want to go. And this is not the first time that this has happened to me. I have turned down many things throughout my life because I didn't feel like doing it. And before, I would have said something like, oh, something just came up, or a family member needs me, or just some other kind of excuse that would probably make it easier for them to swallow. But today was the very first time that I actually just said, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood for it. I'm sorry. And so far, they took the news a lot better than I expected. I remember racking my head so many times before, trying to think of a good excuse so that I could exit out of situations like those, and wondering how those people would react. They would accept the excuse most of the time. Some would ask more questions, and that's when it gets a lot more difficult. Because, for those who know me, I'm a terrible liar. And I realized that this time, I might as well just tell the truth. But I didn't tell them the exact reason why. I've been feeling overwhelmed lately. I can't explain the reason why. And that's the thing. Sometimes, you can't really explain why you feel certain things. Why you feel angry. Why you feel sad. Why you feel overwhelmed. It just happens. And it comes right out of nowhere. And it sucks. Sometimes things that you were formerly excited for don't anymore. Or maybe they even scare you. And that's the worst part. What you wanted to do, you now dread it. This reminds me a couple of years ago when I heard about Simone Biles, the gymnast. And she was on the world stage at the Olympics. Great opportunity to prove herself, but she didn't do her routine. Going through social media, there were a lot of questions as to why she withdrew. Mostly positive, some in support, a number that were not, and very questioning, aggressive even. Long story short, even when you have practiced so many times, when you know the routine like the back of your hand, when you have hyped yourself, and prepared for this moment for so long, sometimes the feeling just hits you. No matter what kind of training you've done to try to overcome these feelings, it's just way too much. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. It happens a lot. It has happened to me so many times. And I'll admit that I hate whenever it happens, because I feel like I lose out a lot not being able to participate in events like those. I can only hope to get stronger, to be more resilient, because as much as I want to remain safe, I will also lose a number of opportunities if I don't take the risk. So we all have to do this balancing act. Sometimes it is okay to step away, to step back, but there are times when you have to push through. We have to make the best out of these situations. Unfortunately, I can't decide for you if you should keep pushing through or if you should step back. But know that whenever you struggle like this, know that you are not alone, that there are people who also go through the same thing, that they are trying, that they are making their best efforts, and that the best form of courage is to know when it's way too much and it's time to step back. Also, it's a great show of courage to know when it's time to go back in there and do what needs to be done. I trust you. I believe in you. You've got this. And that's it for today's episode. I really hope that it brought a little more color to your day. If you do have any questions or topics that you would like me to tackle in a future episode, don't hesitate to send them to my Tellonym account, but make sure that you include the hashtag AskSvek to make sure that I prioritize it. If you want to see more of my episodes, I have the video version of my podcast on YouTube. and the audio version on Spotify and other podcast streaming services. Once again, this is Serjay saying you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now.